Welcome to part 9 of the Sonic Unleashed Let's Play. So again, as you can tell by the length of the video, which I think is 23 minutes, yep, we are doing another Werehog stage. It's just to tell you ahead of time. And where are we going this time? Well, remember Halaska and how we did that day stage? And how we did the day stage? Yeah, it's as if we forgot about that stage since, well, when we first did it. When we were daytime Sonic anyway. So, anyway, of course, that means I have to come up with something to talk about whenever I get to Halaska. God, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest here. Yeah, it's kind of hard to talk. I know we keep saying this, but it's still kind of hard to bring up topics or whatever. Or I don't know. Maybe it's because. Well, I guess I should talk about. So, in case you're wondering what's happening with the Sly 1 review, I'm actually having a hard time with it. I actually forgot about it, but I also kind of lost my black shirt or whatever shirt that I was wearing, because I want to be consistent with the clothing, or at least consistent with the review whenever I'm on camera or whatever. Yeah, I don't want to abandon it, but at the same time I want to. But at the same time, I don't know. It's just I'm having a hard time when it comes to reviewing games and whatnot. I wrote a script down, but man, what was I thinking? As far as other stuff goes, well, I am working on. I gotta remember, I do have a DeviantArt account, and I do spend some time there as well. I'm working with drawing, Gary's Mod, and right now I'm actually trying to work with SFM. But it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard with animation. It's kind of hard to animate. Oh yeah, and before I continue, that sun metal over there, dick move, Sega. Sometimes I just head straight for the exit, and only to realize that I missed the sun metal, and I'm like, no. So that means I have to go back into the hub world, make sure to collect the sun metal, then go back into the world map screen. And it's just, you just have to deal with loading screens. Granted, again, they're not much of a problem in this game, like in 06. But it's still annoying, I have to admit. Although, again, the reason why I'm not cutting out the load times, because you know, as bad as the load times were in Sonic 06, they at least made great breaking points whenever I had to do a video and whatnot. Or at least breaking points of a video, or when I have to, or when it comes to a smoother transition. Because you know how those load screens work. They basically work just like how you would see in a, well, PlayStation game. You know, whenever you head to the loading trigger, the screen would freeze for a moment, then it would cut to black. Egg loading screen, and then we're off to the next area. It's actually like Sonic Adventure, only even worse. Alright, so of course we have to open in 3 unnecessary levers. I don't understand why it's 3 levers. Why couldn't it just be 1? So now that we are in this part, let's head to Halaska Cool Edge Night. And again, by the title of the video, or not the title, or yeah, the title of the video, as well as the length, this is gonna be yet another long stage. But I swear, this stage feels much longer than it needs to be. So now we are in Halaska Knight. And I must say right off the bat is, since this is an ice, since we're in the Arctic, of course we're gonna be dealing with ice physics and whatnot, and so the Werehog's gonna be slipping all over the place. It's like that. Hey, I don't know why Sonic is slipping all over the place, because clearly he's wearing cleats. His shoes are cleats at this point. And he should have no trouble staying on the ice, but I guess the cleats are there just for the sake of cosmetic. Or maybe the spikes are just really dull. If that's the case, that Sonic should have a harder time on the ice. Is because, you know, his balance. And stuff like that is gonna constantly happen in Halaska Night. Granted, this kind of stuff constantly happens in the nighttime stages, but what makes Halaska so long, or at least feel long, is that it suffers like the nighttime stages in the Wii version. And I think in terms of length, I don't think the stage is that long. I think, anyway. But at the same time, what makes it drag out, well, actually no. The stage is long enough as it is, but what makes it drag it out is the amount of fight scenes that you have to do, or puzzles. And it's just not fun to sit through. You may have noticed whenever I let go of a ledge, or whenever I launch myself off a ledge, Sonic curls up into a ball, just similar to how daytime Sonic would whenever he jumps. I'm not sure if that actually hurts enemies. I couldn't find a good opportunity. So if I say it works, don't quote me on it. Because I'm not sure. But as you saw there we had to climb onto the ledge, then grab the stone, and drop it into the pedestal. That damn question mark, it halts my momentum. I don't like that. Hey, why couldn't Chip just tell you, hey, use the animal dash. Use your animal dash to grab onto the ledge, or at least so you gain enough speed. The reason why I'm calling it the animal dash is because of the PlayStation 1 game that I played when I was younger called Tomba. Well, the second game. Now we're actually getting into some really underrated game territory. For those that don't know what I'm talking about, or have not played a PlayStation before, Tomba is a game series that was made by Whoopee Camp, who unfortunately went out of business just as after 2 games. So obviously, they're the ones that made the Tomba series. And you know, Tomba for its time, it was a pretty good series. It's basically a 2D side-scroller that had you go to different layers of 2D, or at least multiple 2D planes, and which basically involved a cave or jungle boy, or a kid from a jungle that has a variety of weapons, and you have to do multiple objectives, all to stop the force of evil pigs. It may sound stupid, but it's actually kind of fun. I do recommend it. I'm not sure if I want to let's play that game just yet, but who knows? One day I might. Hey, I might download on the PlayStation Store if the PSN Store has, or if the PlayStation Store on PS3 has Tomba on the PlayStation 1. Well, Tomba 2. I had the original Tomba on the PlayStation. I actually had the original Tomba 1 as a download on the PS3. I just need to get Tomba 2. I have the disc. It's just really glitched out though. And I don't want to risk any problems whenever I do that game. Even then, Tomba 2 is actually a very long game. But what do you know, that's actually a game I played in my childhood. It was a good game, I liked it. And I recommend you give it a shot. Plus it has a lot of objectives you can do. But for the sake of replayability. Here's some backstory. My first console, well, the first console that I actually ever played was the PlayStation 1. and I didn't play much because I was just a little toddler when I played it. So I didn't get a chance to play games like Silent Hill or Resident Evil. Well, and surprisingly enough, I didn't even play the first few Crash games. I did get my experience with Spyro, but that wasn't until very later down the road, and I actually didn't get at the original Crash games until, well, actually Christmas of last year. I know, it's crazy, right? But you know, the PlayStation 1 is still a pretty good system. It's not. I definitely recommend you pick it up. Well, especially the older models. Well, not the older models, but you know, like, I don't know how to say this. As far as other consoles go, when I was growing up, actually, I didn't really play much as a kid. Yeah, I didn't really play much. I didn't get a chance. I didn't get too much of a chance to experience some of the Nintendo consoles, like the Nintendo 64 or the Nintendo GameCube. I was mostly a Sony guy, and you know, to an extent, I still am. I still am a Sony person, and I grew up with my first console was the PlayStation 1, and as for a majority of my youth, I played the PS2. I actually had a PS2. And I still had it ever since that was actually a long time ago. I think around 2002 or 2003. I do remember playing Battlefield. I remember playing games like Spider-Man on PlayStation 2 or SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom. That was a game I played in my youth, or when I was a child. And actually, when it comes to that game, I actually want to say something. For those that have been watching my channel since the very beginning, you may have known that, well, the first game that I started out on was SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom. You know, since it was my first game I did for the channel, I thought I would. Of course, there's gonna be a lot of problems and whatnot, and I made a dumb. Of course, at the time, me being a dumbass idiot, I thought it'd be a good idea to make every video 10 minutes. Keep my video at a max of 10 minutes. But then again, I guess I was pretty limited at the time. But now that my channel has gotten bigger, I was actually thinking, you know what? Maybe I should come back to some of the games that I Let's Played earlier and give them an updated revisit. So that being said, I am actually thinking about redoing the first 4 games and maybe a few others. Well, I don't want to say all of them, but most of them. Most of the games I played when I was a kid. Well, the first few games that I played on this channel, and give them a proper revisit. Starting with the first 4, SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, Movie Game, Sonic Adventure 1, and Sonic Adventure 2. So I'm not sure if I want to redo Heroes yet, because that's the time where I got yeah, that's the time where I got the update with my editing software. I am thinking about Generations, but I'm not redoing Generations as well, but I'm not too sure about that. Because that would be another excuse to replay a Generations, a game that I've already played for this channel, although to be honest I wouldn't really mind it. But unfortunately I am thinking if I should redo 06, but if I were to redo Sonic 06, that's not gonna be for a long time. And the reason why I say that is because, well, the reason why, I'm sorry, my voice keeps cracking again. I don't understand that. Alright. The reason why I'm thinking about redoing Sonic 06 is because it's not that I want to because, you know, well, okay. It's not that I want to because I felt like I didn't, because I feel like I didn't really do a good job with that game as far as gameplay goes, because I think I tore that game a new asshole. But the reason why I really want to redo it is because, as for those that actually watched it, you may have noticed that the quality, most of the quality, for the majority of the Let's Play, looked like utter shit. And you would know. And you would know right offhand. Because around the time when I was recording Shadow the Hedgehog, which I must say is a game I will never, ever redo, because the amount of, just because it was hell to record. I'm not even kidding. It was an utter nightmare to record. And I don't want to do that game again. But with Sonic goes, but around that time, and my pinnacle, my software, my recording software, somehow crapped out on me. So what I had to do is I had to resort back to Windows Movie Maker, which is why the video quality looked like utter shit. So instead, I didn't get it back until near the end of Silver Story, but for the most part the quality looked like utter crap and you really couldn't see the dialogue. I guess that wouldn't really matter anyway, since a lot of you would know 06's story offhand already. But you know, for those that weren't, I guess I kind of feel bad for those that couldn't follow along. And when it comes to some things, there were some things I also forgot to comment on, like Soliana's kick-ass insurance, or the fact that the moon is still isn't blown in half, despite Eggman blowing it in half in SA2. Oh, but like I said, if I were to redo 06, that's not gonna be for a long time. And I would certainly do other games that I would like over 06. Well, before 06. Now, in terms of, let me think. I forgot what I was gonna say. Hey. Alright, I don't want to go there just yet. Just to go back to the game for a minute. Yeah, I don't know what. Sometimes I wonder what I'm even doing half the time, or at least what I remember what I was doing. But you know, collecting as many submetals as I can get. And yeah, you know, that's how it goes. I might be absent when it comes to May, when it comes to the future months like May or June, or later on in the year, like when fall happens, I'm probably gonna be less active than I am right now. Although to be honest, I do kind of feel bad because as I've been pretty inactive for quite a while, but the reason why I'm gonna be inactive this time is because I finally got registered for you know, college and whatnot. And so with that being said, I gotta catch up on my learning. Gotta get my learn on. And gotta become successful. Well, I always dreamed of becoming a game designer. Despite the amount of fanfiction rights or drawing, sprite videos, or telling a story, that's mostly just a hobby. Either I'll look into. At least a second thing. Or, you know, a third thing. Yes, the game design thing is my first priority. This is probably my second priority, but in case if this fails, well, drawing, animating, or whatever, or story writing, and that's gonna be a third and fourth thing that I'll be able to jump back onto. So I'll have something on hand. So yeah, I'll have something and to go on, which helps a lot actually. Yeah, I'm actually I'll be willing to put my priorities, I'll at least put my hobbies as my main priorities. I don't know what I'm saying at this point. I apologize. Okay, so we have more enemies to beat up. More enemies. I really hate when they do that spinning motion because when they do that, you can't really hurt them at all, and you have to wait for the animation to finish. All it really does is just waste time. And I'm pretty sure there's a sunmill there, but yeah, I was being stupid. And I didn't even bother to check. So anyway, going back to the redoing older Let's Plays, is if I were to redo the older Let's Plays, then I'll probably have to, well, go delete the old Let's Play in favor of the new one, except for Battle for Bikini Bottom, because that was my first one. That is the very first game I did for the channel, so obviously I want to keep that up on my channel. But I'm not sure on what the next game I should do. Because again, I was thinking about doing Batman Arkham Asylum, but then I decided to, you know, bail on that. Then I thought, I don't know. What game do you think I should do next? Should I go to Batman, or should I go to or just go to the redo, or just redo with some older Let's Plays? I mean, it could help. So in case this is also a nice level, I just want to say real quick is there's also a lot of doors that you have to well, defrost, because ice is blocking the door. So again, it's not that hard, but it does waste a little bit of time, and which drags the stage out even longer. Thankfully, we are on the last part of Halaska Night. It's ridiculous how long these stages can really be. Yeah, I can understand why people might not like the Werehog. I don't either. But, you know, unlike some other people that don't, unlike some other big name reviewers that don't like this game, and I'm pretty 50-50, not 50-50, but I don't think the Werehog is a total full failure. But it's just, but at the same time, you still question why. But you know, compared to Sonic Boom, anyway, at least this is more of a competent beat 'em up game. What Sonic Boom tried to go for is the whole Lego Star Wars, you know, like, you know how a lot of licensed games in the PS2 era went. You play your favorite character, and it's pretty simple gameplay. It's kind of like the Lego games, actually. That would have been fine if it was in the PS2 era, but that was in 2014. And do we really need a shittier version of the Lego games? Like, come on. And the reason why, and I just want to say, the reason why I think Sonic Boom is overall a worse game than 06 in my opinion is that comparing 06 and Boom is like comparing the first two Star Wars prequel movies. 06 is Phantom Menace, with 06 being Phantom Menace and Sonic Boom being Attack of the Clones. You know, 06 was bad, or, you know, the former was bad, but at least it was enjoyable in some aspects. But while the latter, Sonic Boom or Attack of the Clones, was just worse. It shares the same problems, and in fact, in my opinion, it shares the same problems that I have with Sonic 06 and Shadow the Hedgehog. Sonic 06 because it's a unfinished mess, and Shadow the Hedgehog because, unlike 06, it's just so goddamn boring to play. And the combat compared to this was just so shallow. Oh, it makes me wonder, what were they thinking? Again, to those that think that Sonic Boom is still a better game than 06, no. Oh, what is wrong with you? And to those that think this franchise is dead because of, you know, Sonic Boom, because that's a spin-off game, wasn't made by Sonic Team, and you people, and a lot of people bitched about its quality, or the fact that it killed the or people are saying that it killed the franchise anyway. Why? So that is it for part 9, guys. Alright, so that is it for part 9. And the next time we meet in Sonic Unleashed, we're going to be tackling my least favorite Werehog boss. Sorry about all about the ranting, and see you all then.